All right. Welcome back to Mom's Take 5. This is episode 78. And
Still season 1, right?
yep, season 1 for a minute. Yeah. Okay. Make sure to follow us on Instagram. Go subscribe on YouTube. We're on TikTok. I think that's it.
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Flash. Superman.
What?
Let's do some updates.
Yes.
This is Ashley
Molly.
Kim?
and
Tara.
we are 4 best friends who by fate moved into the same cul-de-sac. We talk all things mom, wife, and woman. We are Mom's Take 5.
There she goes. Kim nodded a little bit.
Getting it.
We got it.
Welcome back.
Hello.
We're here.
Hi.
Does anybody have updates?
I feel like we were just here.
Yeah.
It does
And
feel
we
like
said
that.
a lot of updates.
We
We
did.
Do
did.
I have anything left?
That was like the whole episode.
Oh my gosh.
It really
was.
was. Lots of chatting. I mean, we
Yeah.
had Halloween.
We did have Halloween.
Celebrated Halloween.
We had hot dogs in the
We
middle of our
did.
circle.
Yep.
We almost ate all of those.
Yeah.
I took 4
thought they were
home that
gone.
night. That night
Oh,
they were already
really?
on there.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
like,
'cause-
I'll eat one. And then she's like, well, do you want all 4 of them? Because I think they probably would have gone in the garbage. Because,
They were already cooked.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I had them. Matthew ate them. So that's it.
Plowed through them.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
just got some buns.
And
Yep.
I feel like there wasn't as many people out this
It was
year.
cold.
No,
Really?
it was cold. And there weren't as many
It
people.
No, I feel like the street over last year was like packed. Like,
Mhm.
not packed, but like you
A lot
passed by a
more?
lot of people. And this year
Mhm.
it wasn't like that.
Yeah. It was crazy. I think it came in waves,
Right.
but not as busy as it usually is, I feel like.
I feel
So
like
is our
when we
neighborhood
went
getting
out
old?
early,
Maybe.
there was other people. But when we went back out, which it was, what, like 7?
Yeah.
There was
like
no one.
nobody.
It was like, is everyone done?
Right.
I feel that's when the teenagers come out, right?
Yeah.
All the
But even they
littles
weren't
go
out.
Yeah,
There was no one.
Really?
It was weird.
That is weird. Where are they going? They hitting up
Partying.
Oh.
the king
Club.
size candy bar neighborhoods or something?
Guess so.
Daybreak or something.
Matthew didn't hang out with us this Halloween. It was his
Yeah, where
first
was
Halloween
he?
away.
Oh.
He went with friends. I
Yeah,
took him
fun.
to a friend's house and they started out there and hung out for a while. Then their dad drove him to another house and they went trick or treating. It was a girl's house. They went trick or treating in that
Ooh.
person's neighborhood.
Ooh,
Yeah.
So,
girls.
I know.
They hung out with some girls.
Oh my.
And I was like, oh, or like, do you like any of these girls? He's like, no, they're all like dating, somebody else. I was like, oh, okay. I'm like, well, are there girls you like? He's like, I mean, there's a few hallway crushes, but that's all it is. I'm like, okay.
Holy crushes.
Is it weird that he like wasn't around?
Kind of. I mean, I don't know. It almost seemed like, I think more and more he's gone. Like today he was gone all afternoon. He got home, he did his Spanish homework, and then he left to go hang out with a friend. And I was like, okay. And I've just tried to like let it go because I don't want to be, I don't know, naggy and like, what are you doing? Where? I just try to like, he's pretty responsible,
Yeah.
but it's weird.
Part of
That's weird.
growing up, but that
Yeah.
would be weird.
Yeah. And then I went and picked him up later. They requested the Tesla.
Really?
Are you serious?
He's like, so-and-so really wants to be picked up in the Tesla. I was like, okay.
Okay.
So I took him and 2 friends home. Had a good time.
Did they?
Yeah.
Did
I guess
he end up dressing up for Halloween?
he took my stick man, like glowing like
Oh.
stick
Yes.
man thing. He took that. And
Cute.
so I think he did that. But he's like, trick-or-treating was weird. I don't know. It wasn't great where he was either.
Really?
Mhm. So then they went back and watched a movie at this girl's house.
Wow. Is he 8th grade?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I remember 8th grade.
Yep.
I
So-
definitely kissed some boys in 8th grade.
Yeah, I know, it's gonna start
in
soon.
heaven in the closet
Maybe.
while watching a movie.
Really?
watching a movie.
In 8th grade?
I didn't. I was chubby and didn't talk to anybody, but
Oh, my.
I'm sure there were people that did.
Molly's like, I saw it in a movie once, so.
I think that's what happens.
What's that movie called with Jennifer Gardner, 13 Going on 30?
Oh, yeah.
And don't they
Mhm.
play a kissing closet game
I
in
think
that movie?
so.
And they just pretend or something like, or maybe, I don't know. I can't
I
remember.
can't
the whole-
remember. Something like that.
Anyway, yeah, it was weird without him.
It
Maybe.
is. Oh, he's making out with girls and stuff.
I did not make out with boys in 8th grade.
It didn't.
You didn't?
No.
Yeah,
I heard stories of kids who were, you know,
He's great. But that's like almost high school.
yeah.
I think I would have if I talked to people.
I did not.
I remember
maybe.
7th grade. I was more like, no, ooh, like maybe like a peck. 8th grade, definitely
I
had
had-
some tongue.
I had a boy kiss me in 7th grade, but I was real grossed out. I went home and like rinsed my mouth out, brushed my teeth, and I don't
I
think I
can
kissed
picture that.
anyone until 10th grade.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Then I hit it hard.
Yeah.
I remember the boys' names: Jordan Harris
No way.
and
Just kidding.
Dustin Rourke.
Oh my gosh. I'm just kidding. I always feel like
They were
sometimes
like my junior high boyfriends.
yeah.
They were super hot.
Yeah.
You know,
I always
You'd,
had
like,
crushes.
go to
but-
Lagoon and like hold hands and ride the sky ride together and like make out on the sky ride. You know what I mean?
Nope.
Yep.
I didn't live that life.
I didn't either.
No.
Well, my first kiss wasn't until I was older, remember?
Oh my hell, that's right. You
Yeah.
married him.
No.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
that was the one.
I just was talking about that guy the other day. It was so funny because he had bragged to friends that he got tongue, and I was like, I think I was trying to kick your tongue out of my mouth. 'Cause he like shoved his
Punch it
face
with your
on
tongue.
me, and I was like,
Seriously. He's like, she was doing this
Trying to
jabbing
shield
motion.
it.
I liked it.
Ninja tongue.
but he was like, no, it's good. And like pushed me back down. It was like, it was sketchy.
Ooh.
I never hung out with him alone again
Yeah,
because he
hell
scared
no.
me.
Yeah.
I was like, no, we're
those
good.
are no-nos.
So I don't count that because I was not participating.
Yeah.
You're just trying to get away.
I was trying to get away.
Ninja
Legit.
tongue.
Yeah. 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 That's what it was like.
It's like got a little face with a little ninja mask.
That been awesome.
Oh, man.
I had a real productive 2 days.
Same.
You did.
I did.
Oh, you really did though.
yeah.
Yeah,
was
she
I
did.
Oh, you really did.
Sometimes
You're
you
not being
say-
sarcastic.
Sometimes you're sarcastic.
I know.
Yesterday,
Yeah, no,
I couldn't read it either.
I worked until 2, and then I put all of our Halloween stuff away, went and got the kids, came home, put all the outside Halloween stuff away. So that was yesterday. And then today I had a doctor's appointment, went to ran a few errands, went to UPS store,
I love it.
went grocery shopping.
Those are the best kinds of days.
All while the kids were at school.
Yeah.
That's
Done
impressive.
by 3. It's kind of amazing.
I wish that I could. That was every day though.
Yeah, me too.
I was like, why can't I just like get up and and I got my ring sized finally. I haven't worn it in
Are you
I
wearing it?
no.
Oh,
They have to
It's not
do
done yet.
stuff.
oh,
I was gonna say
they
they
took it
probably
in
have
to
to-
get
yeah.
it. I see.
I haven't worn that in like 6 years, so that'll be fun.
I never seen it. I don't think I've ever seen your ring.
Probably not,
I'm excited
because
to
I
see
wouldn't
you
be able
wear
to
it.
get it off. But I'm like, why can't I do that every day instead of just sitting around
I
doing
know.
like
Oh,
some days I will
yeah.
do not one thing.
I barely
So-
did anything
Really?
today.
Me too.
And then I'm on my period, so it's just like,
Mm.
meh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I sat there forever, and me and Van hung out for a while, and then I was like, let's go on a bike ride, and then we got distracted, and then the house was real messy, and then for some reason, I was like, oh, I'll take the kids to the jump place, to the trampoline park. Why? Why was I doing
That
that?
was-
that
on
was
a
very-
school
That was
night?
surprising.
Isn't that like-
Spontaneous and like
I think it
Yeah.
was at that point, because I had done absolutely nothing that day, I was like, I need to get out.
yeah.
And-
Let's go.
Yeah.
And Matt was like, he's kind of behind on work, and he was at work, so I was like, if you want to stay late, go for it.
Yeah.
And then in my head, I was like, well, then I got to figure out something to do with the kids. 'Cause
Yeah.
So I was like, I'll take them to the
Yeah, that
trampoline
makes
park.
sense.
And I wanted to bribe them to clean faster.
Mm.
So
Hey,
That's
It
a
all
did it
work.
work?
So you
Yeah.
made them clean and then you took them?
Yep.
I like it.
yeah.
I haven't done shit.
Yeah. You were cooking
Dude,
still?
Halloween took
Yeah.
me out, man. I was like, I planned on doing the dishes today. Didn't. Mark came home and did them. He was a real sweetheart.
Oh.
I did those today.
Did you?
When I literally did nothing, and then when the kids got home, I was like, okay, let's do it all.
Let's go.
I get like
Got
that
that second
sometimes,
win.
too.
Yep.
Sometimes I do. Sometimes it'll hit me later,
Yeah.
actually. Yeah. Like nighttime, I'm like, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Halloween on a weekday shouldn't happen.
Yeah.
No.
I felt hungover the next day.
Yeah.
I think probably most parents did. I
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah.
oh, this
And-
is brutal.
And my kids, they were grumpy.
yeah.
Did
Today,
you
they-
imagine those poor teachers?
Oh.
I didn't make mine go to school.
Oh, they didn't.
I
That
posted
was-
about it on my page, and there were so many parents that were like, our school doesn't have it on the next day.
They
Yes.
shouldn't.
I know. Like
There's a
even,
district-
Yes, Farmington.
Davis.
Davis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They don't have it. I was like, that's
Yeah.
smart.
So
They should
smart.
make it part of the fall break.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Do fall
I
break
don't know if
around
that would
it.
work though, because people want to travel for fall break.
Well,
Oh,
some
I
people
And then
see.
they wouldn't be traveling.
Travel on Halloween then.
some people can't
Yeah.
travel because their kids are in different districts. So
Yeah, Mark teaches. We know this, and he said there was tons of students missing in every
Really?
single class.
well,
That's why I was like, I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
I tried to wake her up because it was choir and everything.
Oh, I know. I just said no way.
I know,
to that.
and she was not even responding. Like I was like, "Homegirl is out." Like
You're
I'm
like
just gonna
making
let her
sure
sleep.
she's breathing.
Serious. She normally she'll like kind of. She stares,
yeah,
not even move. I'm like, okay,
okay.
all right.
I'll
we're
reach
not- we're
out
not
to
making
my,
her-
my contacts up at the Capitol, and we'll get things
Yeah, will you
started.
please?
do
We're gonna
that?
do the last Friday of every October because then they can
Yes.
start their day off at school and do their
Mhm.
school
Do
things,
the parade
Yes.
and all
and
the
they'll already
parties.
be ready
Be
for.
dressed
Yeah.
up.
And then you have Saturday and Sunday to,
Recuperate.
Yep,
True
It'd
story.
be so much better.
Honestly, they got to do something.
yeah, it's crazy. I really think I have heard of a different state that does the last Saturday of every October. I feel like Friday's better. Then you only have just one. You just have one day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then they
Knock
can
it all
like,
out.
because I know they like wearing their costumes at school
Yeah.
and like that's cute seeing
Yeah.
the parade. And
it
everything.
is.
Yes.
Yeah,
But
I get so excited.
yeah, my kids were done today. They were.
Oh,
They both had like meltdowns and were crying. And I was like,
stealing
no
candy
idea
and
what-
stuff.
I know.
Tyler,
Tyler with
stole my
your
candy
candy.
today, and I about beat his ass.
That was so funny. Hillboy took off.
Yeah, did you see him? He
Oh,
ran
yeah.
downstairs. I was like, "You better run!"
It was your candy or
Yes,
what?
He
Yeah.
ate my sweet tart ropes,
Did he eat the whole thing?
all but one.
Oh.
I said, Tyler, that hurt my feelings. That was my only Halloween candy, and he goes, "It was your only one," because he was crying at that point because I threatened his life.
I think I was the same, especially with how he said that's what you get, or
Yeah.
because he was mad at
He
you.
did-
he pieced. He ran.
Yeah.
He wanted
Yeah.
me to go get him a piece of 100 grand that he couldn't find it in the bowl, and I was like, "Just a second." So then he came out and he was like, "This is what you get," and I was like, "Ooh, kid," and he ran.
He said, "This
Good.
is what you get."
for not going to get
For
him.
what? Oh,
his
for the
candy.
$100,000. That's
Yeah.
right. Because he came back. Guess what? That huge bag in our house does have 100 grands in it.
Oh,
I double looked and I ate two.
Double looked.
I double looked.
they're
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
Not double
I
checked.
love 100
They're
grand.
so
I
underrated
know.
I know.
They're so good. I
Oh.
wish they didn't have them.
too. Did you
Oh.
guys pick that?
She did.
Peeled it off.
Look at it.
Oh,
I know,
yeah.
That's what
Yeah, we
happens
definitely are going
That's
when you,
what they
when you
look
peel
like.
it off. Yeah, now we could always extend it if you wanted, but
Why you do that?
why you do that?
Ooh.
Stop it. Get a file.
Stop.
Stop. I'll go get a file.
Oh, gosh.
Doesn't hurt.
Well, now you got to throw it away. I don't want you to see dead nails sitting over there.
Yeah, do you guys find nails
Ew.
around your house?
No, not yet.
Oh,
My
I
kids
will.
aren't to that point. That's gross.
My gross husband.
Are you serious?
Mhm. I'll put them in a pile and I'll be like, "Look at this."
Ew. No, Mark doesn't. Nope. He right into
They'll
the garbage.
usually they'll be like in a pile. He'll just forget to like throw it away.
Oh. Oh, yeah.
It's better than boogers, I guess.
Yeah. All of that is just nasty. You don't leave that shit around. You know? Boogers and nails.
Yeah, no. Matthew does.
That is sitting there.
I find Matthew's nails.
Boogers too?
I don't know about boogers. Not in front of me, but I know
Who
he
was it
used
that
to.
cleaned
So.
their kid's room and had boogers all over? I don't think it was.
It was when we
who
are you
was
talking about
it?
when we moved back from our renters?
No, it was someone I feel like just recently.
I mean, I haven't seen boogers. When we moved in here,
don't
I
think
felt
it
like I
was one of
saw
you
a couple
guys.
around. I don't know.
We have candy
That's gross.
wrappers when we move. Or
Furniture.
food wrappers,
Uh.
snack wrappers when we move Noah's bed.
Busted.
Yeah, he likes to
He's a
sneak stuff.
nighttime snacker.
That's pretty funny.
Sleepwalker eater.
I took Tyler to a jazz game,
Oh,
Yeah.
and he's real fun to go with. It was hilarious to watch him. He gets so excited. He's yelling. And it was fun. It was actually really fun because we were up in the higher section,
Mhm.
but the junior jazz gave free tickets. So there were a bunch of kids. So it was fun to see them all like
Aw.
get excited,
Yeah.
and they would all stand up and dance and cheer.
Were you
That's
like kind
cute.
of
That's
right in front
adorable.
of that box? Like there was a black.
I don't know.
thought I spotted you. Kept trying to spot, and then I was like, maybe I'll take a picture and zoom in. Matt's like, that's kind of creepy. I was like, I just want to find where Kim is.
Was it the same game that you guys were at?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's fun. That's awesome.
But he informed me of some rules that I didn't know
Oh,
of,
there you
and
go.
he was telling me all about the new players that just got drafted this year. It's like
So cool.
world of knowledge right
It
there.
is.
No.
He knows
That's
his
awesome.
sport, man.
Apparently, I'm
He
behind
knows.
on jazz. I was like, Matt, where's Rudy? It's like,
That was like 3 years ago.
he's like, are you serious? I was
At
like,
least 2 years. Yeah,
he
that's
said it was
funny.
2 years. I was
Okay.
like, well, I don't think I went to one game last year.
Yeah.
Where's Rudy?
Yeah. When Rudy and Mitchell left, and then Joe, like, I just kind of like,
Where's Stockton? I don't see Stockton out there.
Malone?
They played the Magic tonight with Joe Ingles.
yeah. It's funny because they were somewhere else, and he just moved teams again.
Oh, he did.
I
Oh.
follow his wife. So I don't
They
know.
got a new coach, right?
Jazz,
Mhm.
yes.
Yeah.
All in the 1 year.
He's
They
not.
lost
He's
the-
not a murderer.
Yeah, he doesn't
Oh,
look
how the
as
other guy
scary
looks
as-
real. Yeah,
Oh,
he did have a.
I love.
Was it Snyder?
Yeah.
He was
I
at the
love him.
hospital
Oh yeah. When you. Yep.
when I had Freya. His wife was having their baby.
Oh.
So my family talked a ton to him. They said he was the coolest guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he never seemed like it.
He seemed
He just
angry,
looked
He was
really
scary
mean.
with his
He was
face.
stressed out
All the time.
those
And his
games.
hair was always crazy.
Oh, I loved it. It made me giggle every time I'd watch him. And he gets angry, and like as he gets angry and the game goes on, his hair gets crazier.
Yeah.
It's so cool. That was kind of Jerry Sloan.
Yeah.
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 Like he was totally like that.
Yeah,
he
he
was
was.
the nicest guy. He came and spoke at Microsoft. We had an event one night. It was when dang it, I can't remember. Anyways, he spoke at the event at Microsoft. He was the coolest, nicest person. Like just so sweet and genuine and down to earth. Nothing like he ever looked on the court. You know what I
I
mean?
think that's a stressful environment.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Yeah.
We were sitting at the game, and you know that part that goes, "Everybody, clap your
Yeah.
hands." So that came, I was looking at my phone at something, and that came. And I immediately, and Matt immediately was like, because he's like, I knew. He just looked at me like the second it came on, because he knew that I was gonna ditch whatever I had
To clap.
and start clapping. He's like, I knew you were gonna do that. Like, no, you didn't. You did not.
part.
Why wouldn't you?
Oh, this is my part.
Yeah.
I know this. I know how to do this one.
Yeah, wait. This is for me. Does he clap?
I don't know if he does. This time he just looked at me.
Is he loud at games? Or
Oh,
does
yeah.
he cheer and
Yeah,
stuff?
he does. Uh-huh. And then at halftime, we're sitting there, and I feel a tap on my shoulder. And I turn around, and this lady's just kind of staring at me. I was like,
Hello.
but it was a kind of long pause. She's like, I'm a big fan.
Oh.
She like didn't know what to say.
She's like, oh shit, I just tapped on her shoulder.
Oh no.
What do
Now
I do
what?
now?
She wrote me late at night. She's like, that took some liquid courage.
Oh.
And my husband kept telling me to do it, and I didn't want to do it. And then I tapped on your shoulder, and I kind of froze.
That's so
I
funny.
didn't notice at all.
Yeah, right? You did?
Cute.
I
love
Really?
Yeah. She's like, can we get a selfie together? I was like, oh my gosh,
Oh.
yes. So Pam, thank you for the selfie.
That's cute.
Aw.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
What else? Anything else happen?
I had someone tap me on the shoulder too. They're
Yeah,
like,
you
I'm a
did.
huge fan.
You did.
No, never.
They're like, hey, you're the Moms Take 5 girl, right?
Yeah. They were like, wait, you know Molly, right? I've seen you in a couple of things. Yes, I
Right?
do. Can I get a picture with you? No.
Can I get a picture with you and you send it to
Yeah.
Molly? I let her know
Yeah, exactly.
that I met you.
Exactly.
I helped with 2 parties for
Yes.
Halloween.
Good job.
I know.
Well,
I
a lot.
always sign up for those things, and then the night before, I'm always like, I don't want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you take Van?
Yeah.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
And it's fine. It goes fine.
Yeah. He, luckily, so the first, in Noah's class, I was leading charades, which was adorable. Those kids were so funny. And I was like trying not to say anything, but some of them would like just do one action. And they'd guess, and they'd just keep doing the same action.
Yeah.
And nobody was getting anywhere close.
Oh,
and I'd
boy.
be like,
Can you elaborate?
so I'd be like, can I help you? They'd be like, yeah. I was like,
Let's move
But,
this along.
um, the service was really good, so we watched YouTube Kids. He did, and he was the whole time. He was fine.
Yeah.
And then Lucy's, I signed up to be a snack leader helper. So I was the snack leader's helper.
Okay.
And it was a dad, and he brought donuts, and I was like,
Why do they need
So-
helpers with snacks?
I have no clue. I don't know. And I was like, ooh, that looks like an easy one. Which
Right.
it was, because I literally did nothing. But the station, I don't think they planned it very good. The station was just a snack. And so he passed out the donuts, and he just kind of
Just
so,
stood there.
Yeah. So I'm sitting there. I'm like, so what are your guys' names? I was like, entertainment for the little kindergartners.
Yeah.
And at that point, Nick and Lucy, I kept doing this with each group. I'd be like, okay, you guys are going to guess which kid is mine. Okay. And they'd be like, okay. I'm like, it's a girl.
Yeah.
She's in pink. You know, I'd give all these clues. Well, Nick and Lucy are in the same group, right? And I told Lucy, I was like, don't say anything.
Yeah.
So I was like, she's in pink. And Nick's like, oh. It's like, she's dressed like somebody. And I did like a little ballerina spin. He's like, oh. I was like, Nick, do you know? He's like, I was like, Nick, you don't know who my daughter is. He's like, I was like, Nick, the person that's lived across from you for 4
most of your
years
life. Most of your
that
life,
you
yeah.
play with almost every day.
Right.
Do you know that? It's my girl. He's just like,
They were,
and the
it wasn't
teachers-
firing.
yeah, the teacher's dying because she knows that they like
Right.
Right.
are really
Right.
good friends.
It just didn't click.
And I was like, Nick, it's me. I'm Lucy's mom. And he's like, just like staring at me like he had never ever known who I was in my
That
life.
is funny.
Oh, I was just like,
Hello.
Nick,
Like, what? Dude.
I know you.
You know me. You know Lucy. We are all connected.
Yeah. So I tried to sit there and keep these kindergartners entertained while they ate their donuts. And then we finished and we're walking out of there and Lucy goes, Mom, you didn't do anything. It's like, you're right. It's like, you didn't help anyone. It's like, correct.
That's so Lucy.
Yes.
Like, what were you even here for, Mom?
Why did you even
It's
come
like,
here?
I should have gone to Emmy's party.
Right?
You've done something
do
different.
anything.
That's funny.
The kids are so awesome.
Thanks, girl.
Yeah.
I love that stuff.
Oh,
Super
it was
honest.
so funny.
They are. Freya and Mila were the two cutest little trick-or-treaters ever. The whole Freya, did I say Freya?
Uh-huh.
Zeta.
I was thinking.
Zeta.
Wait.
Freya was cute too, but I didn't even see her. She was paced out
I
with her
know.
friends like the whole night.
JY.
I know.
Ava and Emmy, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Cute little crew.
They were cute. But Zeta the whole night wanted to hold her bucket and she had no fear. Like, you know, like the scarier houses. She's like, I'm going up there. And like Mila would kind of be like, that Gawi.
Yeah.
She's so funny. She notices all the scary things. Oh, that Gawi. Oh, that Buki. Like, and Zeta's just like, seriously, she'll beelines it right to the candy bowl every time. Like the person with the candy bowl, she's like, I'm going.
She knows what she wants.
I'm going.
I wonder why. It's
I'm
probably
going.
because she's been watching Jurassic Park since she was born.
Totally. Totally. She's
Yeah.
like, this
She's
is
not
nothing.
scared.
It's easy.
They're not going to bite my head off or anything. So
Right.
like, why should
Yeah.
I be scared?
Until it moves. She's
It
getting
was so
candy.
freaking cute. But towards the kind of like the end, they only made it what, like, I don't know, 2 streets.
Yeah.
And then they're 2, you know? She was like half asleep walking. I mean, seriously, just her eyes were like,
Oh.
but I'm like, honey, do you want me to hold your bucket? No. As she keeps just walking, I'm like, me and Kira were like,
Pass
she's
out.
going to literally pass out like mid walk. So I set her in the stroller, or no, Jake set her in the stroller and she just laid there like stiff as a board. Like this. And then she's slowly like,
Out.
hold the bucket the whole time.
Ew.
I had to like pry her little hand off the bucket so that we could put it in the stroller.
That's how I would be.
Well, she's a diehard, man.
Van was scared of everything.
Was
He was doing good, and then there was a house that was dressed up. It had the like, what is that?
Which one? Then there's a couple.
Oh.
The whole house looked like a.
No,
the
it
guy
was
at
just
the door.
yeah, the guy at the door. He
Oh.
had that mask on that looked like a bird, but it was like leather.
Oh, I
I
don't
don't
know if
know
I
who that
saw who
character
that
is.
was.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know where it's from, but
can't
Yeah, do you remember that?
yeah.
Okay, so he
Yeah.
answered the door, and Van was just like, and he was just kind of scared. He still took his candy, but then I had to hold him from then on out.
Oh.
Really?
And at one point, I put him down. He's like, "It's scary. You hold me." I was like, "Oh my gosh, yes." But then I kept saying, "I got you, bud." He's like, "I got you, mama."
Oh.
I was like, "No, I got you, bud." He's like, "I got you, mama."
Oh.
That's so cute.
Oh, my freaking heart.
I know.
Oh, that's so
Got
sweet.
you, mama.
I got you.
So yeah, I had to hold him a lot of the time.
Yeah.
While walking and
While-
trick or treating.
Yes, and trying to get Lucy.
Oh,
And then when we
my.
went back out with just the girls, it was Emmy, the older ones, and Freya and Ava.
Yeah.
I was like, holy moly, this is easy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Instead of having to
Super
walk
different.
to every door,
Yep.
get them up the stairs.
Yep.
Because Lucy you still got to kind of guide her a little bit.
Me and Jake, we were crying. We went up to this one door with, Zeta and Mila. And she's 6th grade, maybe junior high. This girl answers the door. Like, no candy in her hand. She just answers it. She goes, "Hi." And just like looked at us and looked at the girls. And we were like,
Trick or treat.
"Trick or treat." And she goes, she like kept putting her hands down on her knees and like looking at us and like, just like looking. And Jake and I were like,
Where's your candy, girl?
Just give us the candy and let us walk away.
Jake said, you know when you kind of forget what you do in the moment? Jake's like, I could not stop laughing at you because you just went, "Okay." And I couldn't remember doing that. He's like, you just kept looking at me and looking at her like, "Okay." Like, where's the candy? You guys, it was probably like 4 minutes of that.
Really?
Think about standing at someone's door and you're like, and the 2 little girls are just holding their buckets,
Waiting.
just waiting
Oh
for their
my gosh. That's awkward.
Well,
It was-
some dude's telling a story about me being awkward.
What? Who was?
The snake guy.
Oh.
There was a guy that opens the door with a big boa constrictor
Oh,
wrapped around
The
him.
guy with the real snake.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Well,
I was
my
right-
Noah
yes.
loves snakes. And so my mind is like, I want to know if Noah's seen the snake.
Yeah.
But I could not figure out how to vocalize that. So I was like, has my kid been here? And he's like, I was like, my boy Noah. And my brain's still just like, what the hell am I
What
doing?
am I
But
trying
I kept
to
going
say?
and I was like, "This Mandalorian." I kept just looking at it. I was like, he loves snakes. I was like, I bet you would know because he really likes snakes. And he's just staring. I was like, I gotta get a picture.
Are you serious?
And they're new to the neighbor. They've
Oh, yeah.
moved in just
Oh, yeah.
recently.
Uh-huh.
Oh, they did?
Oh,
They
yeah.
have no idea who anyone
They're
is.
all, who is this crazy
Oh, yeah.
banana?
Uh-huh.
That is so funny.
So then I was like, I was trying to get close to get a good picture, but I don't like snakes. So I was like, I clicked it. I was like, "Ugh."
Yeah.
He's like, so your son likes snakes, but you do not. I was like, correct. Yeah.
Definitely
Have
not.
you seen him? Just kidding.
You know, my kid.
Mandalorian.
My
Not
kid.
that there's a lot of kids around tonight.
No.
My
Right.
kid.
Especially
Yeah.
Noah's.
Just one of those moments when I was like, you walked by, I was like, what the hell was that?
Right. What was I trying to
My
say?
brain
It's
could
pretty
not figure out what I was trying to do.
That thing was huge. I
Uh,
cannot
so-
imagine having something that could
That
suffocate
kill you.
me
No, that's what I was
around my
saying.
neck.
You'd be like, oh, look, the snake's cuddling me every night. I'm like, no, it's sizing you up.
Mhm.
It's going to
Right?
eat you.
Right? It's,
It's
like
going to eat you. It's going to
yep.
swirl around you and you're going to die.
When's the weak moment?
Kim
Yeah.
saw at the door before we got there, like a house away.
Oh, yeah.
And she's like, there's a snake. And we
Yes.
start backing up.
We're
Like,
Everyone's like,
where?
Where's the snake? oh yeah, because we thought it was on the ground.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, you were still with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The three of us start backing up like it's right in front of
What?
us.
Where?
She's just standing there. I was like, what are you doing?
Pure panic.
Stop
I was
having a snake.
I hate snakes.
Probably where my
Snakes?
brain farted and then I couldn't
Maybe 'cause
figure
you're
out.
Right,
You're
right. You're
scared.
still worried about a snake on your feet.
Yeah.
You're like, what is that?
Your brain was paralyzed for a minute of fear. Out of fear.
That awkward kid. I got to show Kim who he was today. Had I showed you before?
In
The one that you
passing.
ran
Oh
from?
my word. Yes.
And he does like hang around like really awkwardly, and he gets
Awkwardly.
real close. And I was like, I like kind of hit into him because he was right next to
Like
me.
Kim
and
and
I
I
was
are
like,
standing.
oh,
waiting
like,
for the
sorry,
kids.
bud, let me move. And he like, he's a
Did
little,
he come trick or
he's
treating?
a little interesting.
No,
Oh,
sorry,
the
this
way
is
home.
today.
Oh.
Yes. Kids are in the ditch and we're standing there just chatting. And instead of he could go around Kim, he could go around me. He goes right in between us, like closely. We're like,
yeah, real close.
okay. So, and this morning he stopped. I was like, gosh, run. And then a lady walked by with a dog and he started to follow her. I'm like, oh, oof.
Crisis averted.
Go for the dog.
Yes, I'm like, go.
He's gonna tell her that her dog's like weird looking or something.
He
Yeah.
totally is. So
Some kids.
odd.
I feel like I don't have the patience for other people's kids.
I know.
That's my.
Yeah.
I
have that
today
problem
at
as
the
well.
jump place, there's these girls laying on like, you know, the little platforms in between the trampolines that you can kind of jump off of.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There were two girls there, and Van gets himself on there and kind of rolls on this girl's foot. She's like, "Ow!" Starts freaking out. I was like,
Oh, no.
I said it was an accident.
Yeah.
And her friend's like, oh my gosh, she has a really bad foot problem. I was
Maybe
like,
she shouldn't
it
be at
was
a
still
trampoline
an
park.
accident.
Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe she shouldn't be playing at a trampoline park.
I was like,
what are
it
you
was
doing?
an accident. He accidentally rolled on your foot. She's like,
Van?
Yeah.
Little van.
yes. It's just like, oh my gosh. And the other girl's like, I can go tell your mom. I can go tell your mom. I was like, it's not that big of a deal.
I was like, go get her. Go get her now.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was like, he's a toddler. He accidentally rolled on your foot.
Yeah.
I kept just saying that. And then Van's just laying there. And I was like, he's just silent. And I was like, are you all right? He starts bawling. I think he felt bad. I was like crying.
Oh, sad. You're like, look what you did.
I know.
Right.
That's what I would have said.
Well, then she's like, oh, is he all right?
He's in
I was like,
tears. You're like yelling. He's crying.
Yeah, no, he's
2-year-old,
not all right.
3-year-old.
You hurt his feelings. Little
the
bitches. I said bitches. I didn't say the whole thing. Maybe that's a Tara. I'm just kidding. I'm going to Love Loud tomorrow.
Oh,
that's tomorrow?
Is that tomorrow?
Yep.
Nice.
Woo.
I'm excited. The kids are excited.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
That's right. You're taking the whole family.
Yep.
That's
Their
so
first
cool.
time.
Where's it at?
Delta Center this year.
Oh, I bet that's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited. I don't know how you say this. LAUV. Love? I don't know.
Love?
Yeah, it's a guy. Anyway, he's a musical artist. And so he's going to be there. David Archuleta, Tegan and Sarah, and Mother. Never heard anything of
I feel like
theirs.
I've heard them actually, but I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. And then Dan Reynolds will be there. He might, I don't know if he'll sing anything, but he will chat, I'm sure.
I thought he's usually the main singer.
I think
He's
it
not?
started out that way to kind of try to get attention and stuff, but
Yeah.
He got
more-
Ashley's attention.
he
Yeah.
did. He sure did.
Gonna be out there with his shirt off.
Yeah. I was like, what? This is Imagine Dragons?
Like, that guy's Imagine Dragons. I'm imagining a lot of things. What kind of dragons? No, I'm just kidding. We are going to Park City tomorrow.
Oh, fun.
It'll
For
be
what?
so fun. My brother's 30th birthday.
Oh,
They're going
fun.
up there. And they're like, you guys should get a room. So we got a room.
Yeah.
We're going to take the kids up and
fun.
That'd be fun.
swim and hang out. They're so excited.
That's awesome.
I don't think we've ever, well, no, we have, but not like Frey doesn't remember. None of them remember. Like they're just excited to go to
Yeah.
a hotel where they can swim.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're going to go grab a bite. Pretty much going to be up there all weekend.
That's fun.
It'll be super fun. I'm
Not
excited.
doing anything.
My brother's 30. He's catching up to me. You old mug.
So I had to go in today to get my mammogram.
Oh, you got your
Yes.
boobies squished.
Yeah, it was so fun, so comfortable.
Love getting no squished.
But I'm getting my armpits waxed on Monday,
What?
so I didn't want to shave.
Oh, so they're
Oh,
nice and long.
shit.
So I go in and I was like, I have to tell you before I take this off that my armpits are hairy. I'm getting them waxed on Monday, and I'm really embarrassed. And she was like, oh my goodness, I don't care. And she's like, people come in all the time. She's like, you'd be surprised how many people don't even shave. And I was like, it's still embarrassing.
Still embarrassed.
I'm still going to tell you about it.
Can I tell you that I'm nervous about going in for surgery? I've stopped getting waxed. So I don't
Oh.
know, I don't know how to.
Just
I mean,
groom
they're-
it.
Yeah, I know. I do that. But
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
For
some reason, I'm
mess
feeling.
with it.
No, I
really.
know.
Fine.
I mean, they'll see it.
I know, but I know I'm a private person. I don't want
I keep
them to see
forgetting
that.
and then remembering.
I know.
Like you were talking about,
We're under 60 days.
yeah, you were talking about something around Christmas, and I was like, what? And it's like, oh,
It's coming quick.
I know.
It is coming real quick. I'm so excited.
I'm
for
so
you.
scared.
I saw a mommy
Oh.
takeover post today, and I was
Did you?
like, oh, I'm excited for her. It looked good. You look good.
Yeah.
You look good.
Yeah, I'm excited.
It's gonna be
But I'm really nervous.
Yeah, I think it's fair for both.
Boobies.
Big and out there, and
Do you know what I was thinking would be an awesome job? Is to help people before they have like surgery.
yeah,
Think if you had like an assistant for like a month before or even 2 weeks before your surgery.
to prep you.
Clean your house, go shopping, run your errands if you needed.
Oh, I know.
Before your
get-
surgery or
Yeah.
after?
Before.
So you can
I feel
prep.
like before is just as busy or after.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it.
Maybe both.
That's exactly what
2
I'm
weeks
going to do.
before, 2 weeks after.
I feel like because
Yeah.
I'm going to be sitting there, and if something's dirty or something needs to be done, I have to try. I have to not do that. So if I know that like everything is done before,
Yeah.
if
That makes
meals
sense.
are prepped,
Yeah, like, before
stuff
surgery,
like
I feel
that.
like it's
Yeah.
like going on a vacation almost.
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah.
oh, I got to get all this
That's
stuff
true.
done.
Because you'll be in bed
Mm-hmm.
Yep. She was saying today, she's like, I think it's really good to just get outside and get fresh air.
after
She's
your
like,
surgery.
she's like, don't overdo it.
right.
Like, you know,
You can take my bike.
I will not be able to operate your bike.
You just see Ashley
Ashley's outside freezing her ass off.
cruising around on a bike.
I thought I could
My
do this.
electric
Can you just put me in the trailer and take me for a
Sit on my passenger seat.
That would be awesome.
I'll take you.
I
She's
will
all,
not
no
be able
bumps. No bumps.
I won't be able to do anything. I'll be like this
Yeah.
for a while.
100%.
Yeah.
You won't be super
Slow down,
mobile.
Riley.
Right.
I'd be hunched around me.
Habit. Right. Right.
Her lipo hurts real bad. Yep.
Well, yeah. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Aggressive.
It's true. That's exactly what it's like. It's scary.
Terrifying.
Even
I
if
know.
Molly was doing it, you would make the sound effects, even though
Yeah.
they were there.
I would.
Yeah, right? Everybody in the room's like,
What is she doing?
can we get some music, please? Turn it up.
A lot of to the
Pass
beat.
out from doing too
Right?
much.
Breathe it too
Oh.
hard.
Well, getting lightheaded. Hold on a second.
Let me recoup so I can do that again.
Yeah. A lot of them do have music on, I think. Well, they don't they?
Mhm.
Well, it looked like he did the surgery on his wife. Huh?
I think he didn't want to do the first one, but she was like, "No, if anyone's going to do it, you're going to do it."
Yeah.
Which I don't.
I mean, I'd probably trust my husband more
Yeah.
than anyone, but I can imagine how it'd feel on the other side.
Yeah, seeing your significant other like not. Yeah,
Yes.
that'd be hard.
Yes. And then
Mhm.
it just, there's a lot more emotions involved.
Yeah, I know. It's a lot. I don't know.
It's going to be cool. It's just around the corner.
It is. It's going to come real quick. So it's Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I know. I ordered Christmas jammies
Did you?
Nice.
and our Christmas Legos.
Look at you.
Nice.
I know.
I should get on
That's-
it. We
yeah.
do have one Christmas gift. It's lucky it hasn't been unpackaged yet.
Really?
Yeah.
What is it?
It's that JBL speaker.
Oh,
thing
yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. The
that I want.
karaoke.
Yeah. He was like, I'm pretty sure I'm getting that. And I was like, what makes you think you're getting that? I was like, I'm asking for that for Christmas. What are you talking about? I was just trying to mess with her. She's like, well, if I do get it, she has like, oh, I'm like, okay.
my word.
I
That's so
ordered
cute.
Matt some shoes from Nike, and I was like, okay, I'm going to give these as Christmas present.
You gave them to him already, didn't
I
you?
opened them, and I was like, he needs these now.
That's how I feel too.
You are the worst. And then, so I ordered them. Jazz came out with like City Edition, and they had this cool purple hoodie with the Jazz note.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I ordered that for him.
Yeah,
And then
that's cool.
today he's sitting there. I was like, okay, well, I'll at least hide that away for Christmas.
Right.
Today he's sitting on the couch. She's like, I think I might order something purple from Jazz. And I was like,
Don't.
he's like, what's that face? And I was like,
You didn't guess?
he's like, what'd you do? I was like, I already got you something. I got you something purple.
Don't do it.
You're like running. Running back.
Look what
Like
I got you. Did you give it to him?
I just ordered it literally
Oh.
like today or yesterday.
Oh
Funny.
my.
Well, John keeps ordering himself, vinyls and different things. He's like, yeah, I totally get when you say like, you don't ever know what to get me because I always order stuff as like, I want it. And I'm like, exactly. I said, actually, I got you that vinyl. It's sitting in the closet. He's like, no, you didn't. I was like, yeah, no, I didn't. But what if I had? Then we'd have.
Then what?
Then what?
I'm the worst at gifts for him.
I have a hard time. I don't know. We have like a shared note on our phones with gift ideas, but
Yeah.
I just can't hold gifts. I just
I
can't do it.
I suck really bad.
I give
I'm like,
him way too early.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
like-
know if he's ever had a present on his actual birthday or
Oh, really?
Christmas.
Really?
Ever.
He's always gets them early.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always like, do you want
I know. Do it. And he's
you want
always
a
like,
clue?
no. And I'm like, but then the kids get just excited. They'll
Yeah.
like run and give it to him. I'm like,
Oh. Oh,
We're
see?
bad.
Do you like
Pretty
it?
fun. It's exciting though.
I used to be really good at gift giving with Mark, but I've slowed way
Are
down.
you not
hard.
good anymore?
Dude, I
it just takes time. Like
Yeah.
the thought and like if it's not on Amazon Prime,
right?
I can't do it.
Sorry. Or I get him something and he's like, but I don't know, babe. He gives that look when he like tries it on for clothes. He's like,
Yep. I don't buy
You
John
know what I mean?
clothes. I bought him the dude sweater. That was the one thing that I knew that he would like.
He would like, yeah. I know Mark likes Lulu. I'm just going to have to bite the bullet and get him Lulu. Serious. That's
It's
like the
hard.
one place where he liked, I think, everything
Really?
from. Everything.
Makes sense.
I know.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
And he likes the Carhartt shirts. He does
Oh,
like
yeah.
those.
Yeah.
He's a very simple dude. He doesn't branch out. He likes the same black Adidas shoes. Like the same. Like I've tried like, dude, these are kind of cool. Like these are kind of spunky. You could be like a hip teacher. Babe, I think I'm just going to wear these. Like every time. He has 3 of the same black pairs of Adidas. 3.
Really?
Yeah. We just keep getting him a couple more. Wears through one, get another pair. Like,
I mean, he's consistent.
I know, right? I
Kinda
guess that
makes
makes
it
it
easy.
easy. Just doesn't
Yeah.
make it very exciting. Like, oh, here's another pair of black Adidas. You know?
I wonder what it could be.
Wonder what you're gonna wear today.
Should we talk about our topic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Do any of you have any
Let's do
guesses
it.
of what it is?
No.
Yeah,
No.
it's two
No.
That's
truths
just-
and a
that's-
lie.
that's
That's a
doing
game
one
for the-
round.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's not our topic.
That's not our topic? All right.
No guesses?
No.
Dun dun dun. You peeked. You didn't even see.
I didn't. I just saw lots of words.
Lots of words. Look at all this. So I'm gonna read. We're gonna each take a page. Just kidding.
What?
No,
What is
it's
it?
Healthy communication.
Okay.
Didn't we do that?
We already
No.
did this.
Not communication. We did connecting.
Oh.
Oh,
Guys, come on.
okay. All right.
Is it
Same.
on
It starts with
self-esteem?
a C.
When
It
are we
does.
doing the game though?
It's part of it.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Because I suck at communication.
Yeah, I'm
So,
not great either.
I thought this would be a good thing for me to talk about.
Talk about. All right, let's do it.
So I wanted you guys to think about different conversations or different times that maybe you had a good or bad like interaction with someone
Mm-hmm.
and what made it that way. So it could be with your kids, your spouse, a different family member, a coworker, customer service, like anything.
I had a good conversation with Tyler the other night.
Did you?
I kind of feel like what you said, Matt, was with Noah. Like when every interaction with him lately has been bad.
Mm-hmm.
And we went to the Jazz game and we drove. So it was just me and him. And it was probably more relaxed, maybe. So we just were
Yeah.
talking, like chatted the whole way.
Yeah.
And I felt like I was being nicer.
Yeah.
And he was like communicating really well.
Yeah. So do you think like the atmosphere maybe helped?
Yeah.
Do you think?
I think getting me out of the house takes away, like, I don't know, when I feel like way more stressed at home.
Mm-hmm.
I notice that when I go
Mm.
on vacation and then when I come home, it just
Yeah.
like immediately like,
Yeah. Okay.
Like,
Rises
You got
back
all
up.
that stuff to do.
yeah,
Yeah.
House
Like
is
I-
just constantly doing something there.
I feel like tension just in my
Yeah.
body immediately because it's like I have so many things. So it was just like focused on the conversation and on him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Any others?
I can think of like bad, like not specific bad conversations with my kids, but I know exactly like if I get real mad at them
Yeah.
and I don't think about things,
Mhm.
there's things that are said that I'm like, holy, that shouldn't have been said.
Yeah.
Yes.
So just
Like getting your emotions in the way.
Yeah, and not thinking before you're talking. Like,
Yeah.
just speaking out of anger.
Yeah. Okay. I know. Look, there's a lot of stuff on
I
this, guys.
No, it is
There's
a good
lot of
topic
this.
because I do think
Um,
communication.
So like that goes into like emotional barriers. So emotions such as anger, frustration, anxiety can hinder effective communication.
Yeah.
So that's basically, causing people to react emotionally rather than rationally.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you have any that come to mind?
Oh man, kind of similar with my kids. I've noticed that if I'm doing something and then they come and need me, sometimes I'm more snappy
Mm-hmm.
and then I feel bad
Mm-hmm.
because really I'm like, they just need my attention, but I'm doing the dishes or I'm on my phone, which is stupid.
Just
you know?
distracted with
I'm
other,
distracted. And I notice like sometimes I'll be more snippy that way.
Mm-hmm.
So I've tried to be more conscious because I'm like, hey, that's not fair for them.
Yeah.
Like I need to be there for my kids. So I'll just put whatever I'm doing down. And if I like look at them and like, I'm so sorry. Like, do you need mommy? Are you upset?
Yeah.
It's a lot smoother conversation
Yeah.
rather than them stumping off being
Well.
upset or does that make sense? Am
Yep.
I making sense? I'm trying
Yep.
to think of a specific time. I just know in
It's hard.
general, that's something I've tried to be more conscious of.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm. So all of this is like
Mm.
communication is essential, right? Like
Yeah.
we all have to communicate, whether it's with our coworkers, our
Mhm.
spouse, like whoever. So they talk about fundamental principles of healthy communication. So active listening, like actually sitting there, paying attention,
Mm-hmm.
not letting your mind wander, but like actually listening, giving your full attention. Empathy, so showing that you're understanding and the compassion for the other person's feelings and point of view. Anyway, those are like the two big ones. There's also also some like being clear about what you're saying, and also like if you're the person that doesn't understand, you can say, I'm having a hard time understanding. Can you clarify? Like just that open and honesty
Yeah.
between the two people. It can be really hard. John and I don't fight a lot because I have a problem with communication and because I have a problem with confrontation. So I will hold on to things and keep it
Mhm.
locked up just to avoid conflict and confrontation. So that's a no-no. You should be able to go to someone, and he knows this. We've talked about this and stuff.
Yes.
And actually, when I said that, I was like, oh man, it's my thing tonight. I don't know. And then I came across this one. He's like, that's a great idea. That's a great topic for you. And I was like, I wonder why. But we were talking before we started recording, and like I have a hard time being open and honest because I'm afraid I'm going to hurt feelings.
Right.
When really, like, in order to resolve a conflict, you have to be able to open up
Mhm.
and say, you know, and this website I was looking at also talks a lot about using I statements. So saying like, I feel
Mhm.
frustrated because when I come home, the house is always messy,
Right.
you know, and then trying to come up with like a resolution
Yeah.
for that.
You hear that a lot, just like not
Yeah.
putting blame
Yes.
and more on
Yes.
how you feel.
right.
Yeah.
So, and then he struggles with assuming things like assumptions. And that's another like, no, don't assume. So like, don't
Mhm.
assume to know what they're meaning and or like what their feelings are. Like you really have to be open-minded and like listen and not be like on the defensive, you know, the
Right.
whole time and blame and all of that.
What's the saying when you assume you make an ass out of you and me?
Oh,
Mm.
I feel
Makes
like I
sense.
can communicate pretty well. I mean, maybe not always super effectively with like my kids and Cody. Like I feel like we communicate really well.
yeah.
I feel like it's when I go out of that, I
Mhm.
have a really hard time, especially if there is a like conflict. It's really hard
Mhm.
because I feel like my emotions get so involved.
Yeah.
I will usually cry
Yeah.
or like I can't get the words out right, and you're like, you know what I mean? Like, and they're like, no, I have no idea what you're
That's-
saying. So like, I feel like outside of like my family unit, it gets a lot harder.
Yeah.
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 I
And
just
it's way more uncomfortable, and like I get sweaty hands, like nervous belly, and it
Yeah.
just like I don't like it.
yeah, same.
Yeah, I just avoid it.
That's
Yeah.
that's like
Ignore
that's
it.
my way. But it's not good.
No.
Because it doesn't resolve anything, and that
Uh-uh.
thing is still there. And then what happens to me is I form a like I'm resentful
Yeah.
towards that person,
Yeah.
right? Like I get irritated and I'm
Yeah.
like, if there's something I want to talk to him about, but I just bottle it and then I'm resentful towards him. And I'm like, that's not fair to him. I haven't even brought it up to
Yeah,
him
he has
and
no
I'm
clue
angry.
why.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm angry at him. That's not fair.
Right.
So like, it's really hard.
I'm probably the opposite as far as like, I'm probably, I have to, I think sometimes choose my battles. You know what I mean? Because some things probably aren't a big deal, you know? But if something's eating at me, I have to talk about it.
Yeah.
I have to talk about it.
But it's better than not.
It is. But I've heard that same thing where you say, this is how I feel instead of
Mhm.
you making me feel this way. This is just how I feel,
Yeah.
you know? And having, I think, empathy. When Mark and I will sit down, we'll put our phones away. If hopefully the kids are in bed and we can actually just sit and have a nice conversation. We are so much better at communicating. It's a little bit harder when there's all the distractions during the day, or like we're stressed getting ready for something. And then I'm getting frustrated, like, well, you need to do this. And I've been doing this all day, but he's feeling the same way. Well, I've been doing stuff all day too. You know?
Right.
So
Yeah.
I feel like it's hard to sometimes effectively communicate with all the chaos.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yep.
So maybe finding the right time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the
It's-
trick? What's the trick on that? Any advice on that one?
according to my notes here.
Dr. Youngberg?
Okay. So
I feel like at that point you have to like step away from the chaos, whether it's the kids or get out of the house, go for a walk, go to dinner,
Yeah.
whatever it is, because like we can't talk around when the boys are around.
No.
I can't hear them half the time. Cody has no idea what I'm saying because he can't hear me.
right.
So like it either has to be like after they go to bed,
Right.
because if they're awake, it's like feel like we get more frustrated with each other
Right.
if we are trying to talk about something.
Yes. Exactly. I know. I think you're right. And really, they need your full attention. You know, they
Yeah.
should. They're
Yeah.
your kids, and they do. They totally get it. Mark and I are like, so should we talk? And we're like,
Yeah.
love you. Let's go to bed.
Right.
We're exhausted.
As I was leaving today, Matt's like, it was great seeing you for like 30 minutes today. I was
Yep.
like,
Totally.
Yep.
That's how Mark felt because I had my nail appointment.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, you're leaving? I was like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I love
I know.
you.
We have those days too. It's
Really?
hard.
Yeah.
I miss you too.
I feel like as soon as like when all your kids are involved in stuff
Yeah.
or like trying to figure
Yeah.
out dinner, like it gets so busy. So it's hard to like, I feel like most weeks go by and John and I haven't had like a real conversation
yeah.
Yeah.
because we're just so busy.
And a lot
Yeah.
of times at night, like, we do separate to do
Yep.
our own little things because
Yep.
we haven't been able to do anything for ourselves that day.
Right.
And it's like, that's perfect time, you know, and then it's like, you don't talk because
No.
somebody's asleep when somebody else comes up or
Yeah.
Or
just
you're just
tired
mentally like it's not the
drained. Yeah.
the right time to
Yeah.
like open a discussion.
Yep.
That's how I feel at nighttime. I'm like, I don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's other times where we both lay down and I'm like, and this and this and this. And I'm sure he's like, shut
Yeah.
up. Why is this all? It feels like, no, sometimes it's just like
Yeah.
all of it comes to your head at once.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you're like, oh, I'm
Sorry,
sorry,
kid.
but I'm just
I
spewing
know.
this all
Right?
out on you right
Your
now.
vomit.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Do you get the one word answer? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they get more delayed. I'm like, are you falling asleep?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, fine.
John
Fine, I had 40 more minutes of this, but whatever.
Right? Dang it.
That's
I'm
why
not done.
that's why John can't work from home because I would interrupt him every 5 minutes with something else that came to mind.
I do that often. I sit there and knock at the door. It's like, hello? Like, it's me. Because he locks it and everything because I think the kids do
kids.
that too.
Right?
Oh,
But I also do it.
yeah.
It's me, your wife.
It's me. I'll show you something. Really don't care about this right now.
Right? Can I get your opinion on something?
Hey, you know I'm working. Oh, okay.
Weird.
Weird.
Well, I just want to show you my new shoes.
Yeah.
I would totally do that too.
I would. Yeah, it's hard.
I don't usually call Mark at work very often. He'll text me and call me
Yeah.
because, you know,
He's with
Yeah.
student.
That's
he's
hard.
teaching.
Yeah.
I called him and it was around a similar time that he called me the previous day. So I thought he was on break. He
Oh,
was
no.
totally in class, but I don't ever call. So he
Yeah.
was like, oh shit, it's an emergency. He answers. He's like, yeah. I'm like, hey babe, can you pick Freya up from school? He's like, what? Well, I'm like, well, it was Halloween. I'm like, well,
Oh.
I'm just trying to finish getting ready. So I'm just hoping, can you pick her up? He's like, well, yeah, is everything okay? And then he texts me, he's all, babe, I'm teaching. I was like, oh shit, I'm sorry. He's like, I totally thought it was emergency. I was so nervous. Like,
Yeah.
what's going on?
Yeah. I would panic too. That would scare me.
I know.
That's so funny. Cody will be, I mean, he works from home, and sometimes I'll be like, oh, hi, I haven't seen you today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if John was in the
Wait,
basement, I probably wouldn't see him either. But the office is right.
Oh, yeah.
upstairs.
Yeah, that's true. If he was upstairs.
Not Molly.
That's in the basement.
That's
but I still, hey, what are you doing?
I'm here to say hi.
I haven't seen you for like an hour, so it's
Yeah.
like, hey,
Need anything?
You type in an email.
stage 4 clinger.
Right?
Do you need me to look over your work?
Yeah. Need anything
You
from
want me
me?
to proofread that for you?
Yeah.
That's honestly, that's Mark and I at home though. Like even when he's home at work, from work, if I like walk into the other room, you know, if you're like just trying to get a minute from the kids, here comes Mark trailing behind me. You know what I mean?
Really?
It's cute. Like we just want to hang out with each other, which I love it. But then like I know if he's coming, here comes the kids. You know what I mean? Like it's
Oh,
very unlikely that they're not going to follow
Yeah.
one of us. So we're like, all right, we'll hang later.
You need a binder for that.
I know.
Yeah. Highlighter.
So I think that, okay, there's a lot of things that you can avoid or that you can do to make sure that you're having like a good, clear, good conversations, communication. But I feel like the two most important are actively listening.
Mm-hmm.
We've already talked about that one. So full attention to the speaker, avoid interrupting, and allow them to finish their thoughts. And then to reflect on what the speaker is saying before you're responding. That's active listening.
What does that seek to understand, to be understood? I love that.
Yeah.
We used to use that in the workforce all the time.
I mean, it makes sense.
It totally makes sense.
Yeah.
And like perception is people's reality. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. The way that they perceive is
Uh-huh.
their, yeah.
So I feel like you have to seek to understand their perception.
Yeah.
And then, you know.
What?
You know.
Matt made a friend.
Oh my gosh.
Not made of
What?
The cutest.
where?
Oh my gosh. So we I forgot about this. We take Emmy lunch.
For her birthday.
We take her lunch for her birthday, right? And we sit down. She's in the middle of us. So it's me, her, Van, and then Matt. And this kid sits across from us. And Emmy leans over to Matt and she's like, oh, he only speaks Spanish. So Matt says something to him in Spanish. This kid
Oh.
Just light up.
lights up,
Oh.
talks to him the whole time, stays like during recess.
What?
He's like dancing at Matt. And Matt's like, at one point he asked me what my blood type was.
What?
Really?
Seriously?
The whole time. So he's sitting there talking to him. Emmy's in the middle. This cute, oh my gosh, Down syndrome girl sits across from me.
Oh.
She won't stop talking.
Are you
She's like, you know where I live? I was like, no, sweetie. She's like, you go to the little park, then you turn left, then you turn right. No. She started at the little park. Go left. So she's going off. Then you're in my driveway. I was like, oh. Do you know my grandma? I was like, mm-mm. I don't know your grandma.
I love
The whole time though. And I turned to Emmy, I'm like, girl, I am sorry, but we have said maybe 2 words. She's like, I know. I'm going recess.
Oh my gosh.
While we sat there with
And
these
chatting
two
with
kids.
these two kids.
Happy birthday. We love you.
That is
That's
awesome.
amazing.
So cute.
Oh.
I tried to get a video of Matt talking, but it didn't work. It felt kind of creepy, so I stopped real
You're
soon.
like,
Yeah.
You're all
I know.
hurting the children.
I know.
Oh, that would feel weird. I feel
Oh,
awkward.
that's hilarious.
It was adorable. But yeah, I felt bad for Abby.
She's like,
Cool, guys.
See you later. I'm gonna go play now.
right?
You guys are a fun bunch.
Thanks for bringing me lunch.
Yeah.
That's so sweet.
So do you think during your surgery you're going to communicate your needs during your recovery?
I don't know. I guess
You
I better
better.
learn
You
real
better
quick.
get reading that paper.
I know.
Yes.
Better study up practice.
Yeah. Study up, practice.
Don't just do it yourself, girl.
Oh, I can't. I legit can't. But I think what's going to bother me is like things being a mess and me not being able to do anything about it.
You have a family that can help you.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm going to communicate.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I need you
This
guys
house
to
It's making me crazy.
Yep.
I'm really good. I'm really good at cleaning.
I know.
I do it all the time.
Yeah.
So just call me up.
I will.
She actually told us on a separate text that she was gonna come clean your house.
Yeah,
Perfect.
she
It's like
did.
I'm so good at cleaning mine, and it's always clean. And I'll do Ashley's too.
She's gonna mop the floors
Yeah,
and
we have the same mop. You know how to use it.
Yeah, I do.
That's funny.
right. It is. You should just for kicks. Hey
Yeah.
Molly, can you come clean my house? Like,
Toilets are so
because she can't say
gross.
no when you're at post op. You know what I mean?
Nope.
I will.
I'll text Kim. I think Kim and Tara are available right now. I'm so busy.
I'm way busy.
Yeah,
I'm at the Maverick
She's
right
like,
now.
I can see
Right?
you.
What can I bring you? I'm gonna be here for a while. So
She's like, I see you back out of your car. I was like, I am headed to the Maverick right now, and that I've got big plans.
Big plan.
the line's out the door for
Yeah.
gas. It's crazy.
My
Be here all night.
You'd be a good. You can run drink errands.
Yes, I'm very good at that.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, so
Okay.
empathy.
Yeah, empathy. So by acknowledging the emotions and experiences of the other person, acknowledge.
Yes, I do think that's huge.
It is. They really do say the active. They say it.
They
So active
all,
listening.
and they are important.
They are important. They seem to know what they're talking about.
Yes.
Not me so much. But active listening and empathy.
Yes, I think that's both with your kids too.
Oh yeah,
You
this
know what
goes.
I mean?
This goes. Yeah.
I know. It's not
Yeah.
just with adults, but
No.
have you ever noticed? Like, I'll say just tonight, the minute my kids found out I had to leave to record, fits, and not like directly at me, just upset. And I
Yeah.
was like, "Are you guys okay? Are you upset that I'm leaving?"
Yeah.
You know, and yes, Mom, I just feel like you were just, your kids always want you at
Yeah.
night.
Yep.
My kids want me the most at night.
Same.
And I think just me saying it out loud and acknowledging how they felt, I gave them a big hug. I said, I love you. Daddy's going to hang out. Maybe you guys can play a game before bed.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'll be back. And they, just that little bit just helped. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Instead of like, why are you so mad? What's going on?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's
Well,
the
it's
hard
kind
part
of-
sometimes with kids, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their
When
fits
it's a
are
little irrational.
Oh,
yeah ridiculous
totally.
sometimes.
Super.
I'm like, that's
But
dumb.
it's kind of like that's,
Totally.
that's still their reality. Like
I
their
know, I
reality
know.
is that they're
Yes.
upset about
Yes.
whatever it may be.
Yeah.
And it's like
Because they can't
Acknowledging
manage it like
that
we can.
helps
Yeah.
them move on from it.
yes.
Right.
But it is
Oh, yeah. It's not
so hard.
easy.
No.
It's not. There's times I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah. I remember we were at a friend's house. Matthew was probably 3 or 4 or something, and we were at a friend's house, and they all got balloons. We went outside, and it blew away, and it popped immediately.
oh.
And he was like losing his shit, and I was like, "It's fine, it's a balloon." And luckily, like the other mom there had older kids, so she was a little more, experienced in momhood. She was like, "But that was like his balloon, you know? Like he was
Right.
really excited about that balloon, and now that balloon's gone." So, and I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, okay,
Get it?
I
Get
get
it.
it. Right.
It's just so different. Their world is just so much smaller
Yes.
than
Yeah.
ours, and so the tiniest things
That's
are
a big
like,
deal.
"Ugh."
huge.
Yeah. My fruit snack fell on the floor, you
Yeah.
know, like, whatever it might be.
There's a lady I follow on Instagram, and she like brings up situations just like that almost. And she's like, imagine if you went to your husband and told him that you'd had a bad day, and he was like, "Oh, it'll be fine. Just don't worry about it."
Yeah.
And like how that
Yes.
would make you feel inside.
Right.
So like it may not be like a big issue at work or whatever, but like you said, their world's so small that that balloon is like
That was
huge
a
so
big
thing
deal
to them.
for
upsetting.
them.
So if you're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, it's fine," and it is when you put it in like perspective of yourself, you're like, "Oh, that
Oh.
is kind of like mean to say that."
Yeah.
You know, like
That's true. That's a good example. Like no one wants to be dismissed
No.
like that. You just want to be acknowledged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
I remember seeing, and this was actually recently, like I remember hearing about it, and I try and do it sometimes, but I remember witnessing a parent bend down to the level of their kids and just have, and I was like, oh my gosh, like that touched me.
Yeah.
Like just think about
Yes.
how much that means to that kid that they're on their
Mhm.
level, like they're not talking up to them, not talking down, that they're just at their level.
Yes.
So I've tried to do that before, but after seeing it, I was like, oh my gosh, that does make a huge difference.
Yeah.
Totally.
So I try and do that.
Yeah.
Agree. Yeah.
It's hard.
When you get down there, so they don't
Yes.
feel like they're like this little
Looking
person
up.
looking up to
Mhm.
this big giant. Like,
Mhm.
"Ugh."
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that. I think it's endearing,
Yeah.
and I think it just makes them feel safe. I
Yeah.
think kids just need to feel safe
And important.
and important. You know, with all their emotions.
Yeah.
It's not no, it's not easy to deal with all day. Because it really is a roller coaster. It is a roller coaster of emotions.
Yeah.
Kids are
Mhm.
bipolar, man. It's
Yeah, they
crazy. Like I get back from school, and I know this is very common for kids to kind of have a breakdown after school, right? They're on their best behavior all day. And it's so cute. Every time I pick him up, he runs to me. Like just runs, and he's so excited. And I'm picking him up and I'm kissing him. I'm like, oh, I missed you so much. We get in the car. It's like 30 seconds. He goes, Mom, Zeta has my skeleton straw. And he's like, just breaking down. I'm like, holy shit, that was a quick turn of events. And I'm like, it's okay, buddy. Don't worry. You'll get it back. Don't worry. And Zeta's like, oh, no, mine.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
like,
I'm
Zeta, you're not helping us out here, girlfriend.
just don't right now. No, mine, walk. No, mine. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, shit. But that's all day.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
literally all day. Wait,
Oh. Well, you're trying to deal with your own emotions and all and all like of your kids,
Yeah.
and it's so much.
It is a lot.
Nick's fighting going to school the other day. He's like, I just don't want to go, Mom. It's just so long. It takes up all of my time. It's like,
What else do you have
'cause
scheduled
you
for
have so
today?
many plans.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
He's like, well, I had this show to watch and this
I
friend to
know.
play with. So
Still trying to figure out who Lucy's mom is. That's what
Yeah.
he's
Like, they're
doing.
good. I got to connect
Oh
those.
Yeah.
two
my
somehow.
gosh.
His brain's still rocking pink shirt.
Whatever.
Whose
Banana.
mom are
I've
you?
lived
Because you were in the
I've lived
banana.
across from her
For 4 years?
for 4 years.
As long as I
That
can
would have
remember.
made me like, I don't know, 2.
Just reckon it. I love it.
It's so cute.
All right. A quick other couple things to help you have better communication. Stop laughing at me. 1, use your I statements. You all know what those are, right?
Oh.
We did talk about those a minute ago.
I feel.
Yeah,
I am.
that's right. So it avoids that blame on someone else.
No,
Good job.
That's important. I like that one.
Yeah,
Truly.
it is. It is important. Controlling your emotions. So practice emotional self-regulation to remain calm and composed during difficult conversations.
Good luck with
You
that
know
one.
what?
Yeah.
I think deep breaths are really important.
It says take a deep breath
Yeah.
or a short break if necessary. It just-
Walk away, take a minute,
That's
take a deep
why
breath.
I a lot of times can't talk about things like when they've happened. I'm like,
Right.
nope, I need a minute.
Emotions are too high.
Me too.
Yeah.
I get angry. I get so angry that then I cry, but then I'm embarrassed that I'm ugly crying, so I have to like walk away. The worst is when John will chase me down because he is he wants
He wants to
No.
resolve
To
it.
figure
he
it
does.
out.
And me, I'm like, I don't want to be having this discussion at all. And now you're chasing me around the house and I feel attacked. Like, leave me alone.
Yeah, I don't like it because if I'm mad, then I feel like I say mean things that
Yeah.
probably I don't mean and shouldn't be said.
Yeah.
Like your butthole stinks. Or
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, I
Go
always
wash
say
it.
Wash your bum.
Get in there.
No, I know. Yeah.
Another good one. Another good
that.
one.
Another good one.
Very
Another
good.
good one is is
Empathy is good.
nonverbal awareness. So body language,
Yeah.
like the way that you are acting, but also being able to read the other person's. They may not match what you or they are saying. Maybe you're putting off like, oh, this is so annoying. Like, why are we talking about this?
Right. Or closed
Or
off.
Closed off.
Mm-hmm.
Or even like
Or
maintaining
open
good.
up.
Yes. Legs
Opened
wide.
up.
Wide open.
Open up.
The vagina's
That's good.
Oh my
open.
God.
It's not where my vagina is, but
No, it's down here.
Is it? Mine's like in my, right here.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Is it in your belly button?
No, it's in my armpit, I thought. No?
Do you see your kids like check out when you're talking to them?
Yeah, and I get frustrated
because
actually.
I will
Yeah.
be like, you're not even
You're not even listening.
nothing's there.
Well, with Jack, I have to like I say I need you to look at me. Like I need you to be looking at my eyes. And
Yeah.
he can't have anything in his hands. He cannot like as soon as he's like I know anything in his hands. Yep. I'm like I need your full attention so that you hear me cuz he'll hear me
Yeah.
but walk away and
It's
do
not
something
registering.
completely different than what I literally just told him. It is bizarre.
You know what though? I used to listen better when I like
He doesn't.
really
I'm telling you.
like I used to
Sure.
always doodle
Yeah,
and
that's
like
fine.
I would listen better
Yeah.
that way.
That makes some people
Yeah.
not him.
I've got
Not
your
yet,
back,
at
Jack.
least.
I got your back. Got you, buddy.
So that's a good one.
a good one.
A good one.
I
It's a
think-
good one.
This is good.
Maintaining clarity. So making sure that you're whatever being clear with one another. If you don't understand, ask for it. Avoid interrupting. Practice patience and avoid interrupting others. Allow them to express their thoughts and complete their sentences. Sometimes this happens with John and I, and then I completely forget what I was talking about, and then I get really irritated because I'll feel like I had a really good point
Yes.
or like
Yes.
something to say, and it's gone.
Once you're off track, it's
Yep.
I feel like that's why I interrupt a lot.
Because you'll
It's
forget.
because my brain is like, I gotta get that out, or
Yep.
else I'm gonna forget.
I do that too.
So
Yeah,
I
I can
interrupt.
see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, get it out.
Yeah.
Gotta say this.
I gotta say this. Shut up.
Yo, this is really good. This is really good. I gotta say this right now.
Yeah. I will say,
I'm making a good point.
That's part of my self-diagnosed ADHD.
yeah, it's fine.
Like
But
it's right there. We gotta get it out.
Yeah.
Or else it's
It's gone. Well, I will say as the podcast editor
Yeah.
that you're not wrong. But all
I know I am.
but you're not the only one.
self-aware.
You're not the-
self-awareness. I know.
that Molly interrupts a lot.
We
Is that
all
what you're
interrupt.
saying?
We all do
Oh.
it. So
Because
yes,
I
you
was
do
just
it, but we
doing
all
this.
do it.
I was thinking in my head about the leaning down thing,
Yeah.
and I totally forgot it because I was waiting,
Yeah.
and then a couple other conversations. You probably can look back and be like me being like,
It's gone.
I had something. Where was it?
Where did it
And then I kept listening, and I was like, it was really good.
I would
do that
like to
too.
see a fight between you and Matt.
We don't fight.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
have you ever fought?
Yeah, John and I don't really
I
fight.
think there's like
Is it the people pleaser in you? Like with Ashley?
Well, for me, it is. I'm the peacekeeper.
The
100%. He even
peacekeeper?
said that. He's like, I know you're the peacekeeper. I know you hate confrontation. and that's
I
what
don't
do.
know what it is with me, Matt. I think we're just both so laid back that if something's bugging us, we're like, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah. That's why I feel like, honestly, Cody and I don't fight very often because neither of us, like, if I have a strong opinion about it, he's like, okay. Or if he has a strong enough opinion about it, I'm like, all right. Like,
Yeah.
but most of the time, our strong opinions aren't
Yeah.
like
I
they're
think
very mendable. I guess.
I think it's
Yeah.
we're both people pleasers, honestly, and it's just like, yeah, it's not that big of a deal. So
Yeah.
if it's a big deal to you, like the name thing, like Van's name, I feel like people could really get heated about that because he really did not want the N,
Yeah.
and I really did. And of course, we would fake fight, but I'm like, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
I'll take off an N,
Yeah.
whatever. I want that name. If that's the way we have to have that name,
Yeah.
I'll take it.
It's fine.
I mean, we don't. It's hard. 'Cause I wouldn't say we fight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like we're like, I'm so angry at you and
Mhm.
I'm so angry. Like that's not a relationship at all.
No, we might have a
Actually,
heated
We're
conversation.
actually really tight, and he's my best friend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I guess we'll have like bickering.
Yeah,
We'll
I
do
think
that.
that's probably healthy, and
Mhm.
it's just we just never do it.
So, so I had like
I don't think it's like a sign of a bad relationship.
No, I don't
No,
either.
no.
No.
I think it's just what works for the two of you.
Yeah, yeah.
You know
it's
what I
just
mean?
Different forms of communication. And
Yeah.
just-
yeah.
Like I know I'm type A and I'm very opinionated for sure. I'm totally that person. And I know sometimes I can be like, oh, I'm exhausted. I need help with this. And he, and I forget he's also exhausted for whatever reason. So I think that's where I need to do better at like, oh, I am just feeling exhausted today because of XYZ and not direct it towards him as if he's not exhausted or not doing anything. Because
Yeah.
he is. We're both very
Yeah.
involved parents, very involved husband and wife. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's where I can do better is using the I
Yeah.
and not like,
I always use the we because I feel bad blaming anybody. Be like, oh, we forgot to do this. And it's not usually we.
Yeah.
But sometimes it is, though. Like, I
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
also.
Right.
I'm like, we're one unit. So
Yeah, I've done
one
that
of
for
us
sure.
forgot.
totally.
I always
Your team.
like, oh, we need to go do this. He's like, are you telling me I need to go do this? I was like, no,
Yeah.
I said we.
I said we. Didn't you hear that part?
Okay, Mark is the we guy too. He will say we all the time. And I will be like, pardon? I'm not doing that. I'm not going to do that. Like literally, what did he say? He goes, yeah, I'll bring these up so we can put all the Halloween stuff away. And I was like, it was like the next day after Halloween. I'm like, I'm not putting that away. Are you kidding me? I am not putting anything away right now. He's like, well, I mean, you don't have to. I'm just, we can do it, together. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. You can do that, but I'm not going to do
He's like, they're here,
Yeah.
in case, just in case.
We can do it.
John's.
And then he's like, well, honey, I don't really mean you have to. I just mean like, it's here so we can do it.
Yeah.
So you can help me. right now.
Right. I'm like, you keep saying we, honey. There's
John's family used to have a joke. They're like, by we, do you mean like you and that mouse in your pocket? Or like, because there's like, I'm not.
yeah. Where's the we?
Yeah.
Guilty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. So one thing I think I realized, I like, while John and I were talking today, he's listening to a different podcast, and it's a wife and a husband, and they talk about like their opinions or what they know about a certain topic. And their topic on this one podcast was feminism or something. And so they kind of disagreed on some things and whatever. Anyway, so he was taking some notes about his personal. He's like, I like to think of myself as a feminist. Like I want to stick up for someone, like, you know, and women can't just stand up for themselves, like, because unfortunately men have like more power, and so they need men on their side to help get them like what they deserve, right? All the stuff. So he was asking me questions.
This is
like,
the guy in the podcast.
no, this is John.
Oh, okay.
After listening.
After listening to the podcast.
Gotcha.
So he's like, I want to know, like, he wanted to know my opinion about our household and how me being the woman, how, I can't remember how he phrased it, but anyway, like what issues he thinks I feel we have because I am a woman or whatever. Like I said, I think the biggest words are really hard. I can see it in my head. I feel what I need to say. It's just not coming out.
Did you see my son?
Yeah. Did you see, that's exactly
He likes snakes.
words are really hard
he
for
was
me.
Here.
Yeah.
No, I get what you're saying.
Yes.
So
I'm understanding.
yes.
what I told him is I think the biggest issue that he and I have as far as like, it's those traditional roles in our, like, right. So just because that was the traditional way to do it, I don't always feel like that's how it should be. Right.
Yes.
So I feel like because I'm the woman, I think we talked about this recently, that automatically these certain responsibilities fall to me because I'm the mom and the woman, when really we share the responsibility for our children.
Yes.
I get that I chose to be a stay-at-home mom, and I think when you are a stay-at-home mom, a lot of those responsibilities fall on you. Like if your kids get out early, yeah, you go pick them up because the other person's at work all day or whatever. Like
Right.
anyway, so we were kind of discussing that, but then we were discussing why I don't bring up a lot of things, because I think because my parents were out, like I watched a lot of divorces happen. And so I think that's where my fear of confrontation comes from. So I didn't watch people really resolve conflict. So I'm scared to
Yeah.
even bring up something because in my head, I guess maybe I think like that's going to result in divorce or something.
It makes
Like,
sense.
do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that childhood like trauma.
Yeah.
You know.
So I feel like, and he was like, whoa, he was like so proud of me for like, you know,
He's like, you really worked through that.
yeah,
just now."
I know. He's like, man, I never even, okay, yeah, that makes sense. You know, that's really good to know. I was like, well, anyway, all of that to say,
That's awesome. I
Yeah.
think that's
but I
what
think
what an wonderful conversation to have with your spouse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And just to be raw and real
right.
and be able to speak open with each other.
Right. So he was coming to me for like an opinion of something, you know, well, how do you feel like we are in our household? You know, do you feel like, he's like, for me to call myself a feminist, I want to stand by that and act as one, not just say that I support that, but like to really
Right.
be there. And he's like, if there's things that I can change in our daily life to help support like you and other women, you know, like I want to do that. So he was trying to see like where he could, that's where all that came from, I think.
That's awesome.
But I think like conflict resolution is so good to see, right? Like when you are a child, you should
Yes.
see, yes, you're going to have disagreements. Like
yes.
you're with this person all the time. You have to make big decisions together. You have to raise
Mhm.
children together, all this stuff, financial stuff. It's not easy, but to see those conflicts and then see them resolve
Resolved.
stuff is really healthy. So that's where I was going with that. Like, I think it's really good to do that, but for your kids to see that.
And if you weren't raised with good communication in your family,
It's something you
it's
really
hard
have
to
to work.
know how to like speak to people and how to speak to a spouse or like
Yeah.
solve a problem or speak up for
Yeah.
yourself if
Right.
you never saw it or
Yeah.
And-
experienced it as a kid.
And
Yeah.
you'll run into those scenarios throughout your whole life.
Yep.
In the workforce, if you're like customer facing specifically, you're going to run into cases where people are pissed.
Yeah.
You've got to resolve something,
Yep.
you know, or in any relationship with friends, with spouse, with loved ones. It's funny you bring that up because Mark and I have talked about that. It's like, if it's like a little bicker, I'll be like, oh, I don't really guess. He's like, honey, he's like, it's actually, read, it's okay if you have these little disagreements in front of your kids, right?
Yeah.
We're not like, you mother, not like that, right? Like
Yeah.
healthy disagreements, right? And he's like, what's important is that we show them that we resolve them,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh, that's a good point. Because
Yeah.
my parents are divorced, but my mom and my stepdad, they fought a lot,
Mm-hmm.
like unhealthy fighting,
Mhm.
you know? And so I'm like very conscious of that because
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't want that.
Yeah.
And we're not, like Mark and I are not like that, but I'm so worried about that. They're like, ooh, he's like, honey, like this discussion's totally good. It's
Right.
just important that we show them, we resolve it.
Yeah.
So
It's because you remember what it felt like when you were that kid,
yes.
Mhm.
and that it was like,
Yes.
what it made, anyway, you don't want that for your kids.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's, I mean, I don't want my mom to be sad when she listens, because she listens. It's not like her fault. I think things just happen. So
Oh,
there's
yeah.
like, I
Yeah.
don't want anybody to feel sad about it, but like, it wasn't super stable, I guess, you know what I mean? And so that's one thing that I wanted. I'm like, I don't want to move my kids around a lot. I want them to have like one good place to live for a long time, that they grew up there, and
Yes.
also like knowing that their parents were solid
Yep.
and that they could resolve conflict,
Yep.
So communication is really good, but communication is really hard for me. So being open and honest about how I'm feeling is really hard, because I'm so scared I'm going to hurt feelings, which it's okay to hurt feelings, because in order to resolve something, you have to get through it. But
Yeah.
it's just really hard. Anyway, I thought a good communication game would be to play Two Truths and a Lie. So to watch like, nonverbal cues, to like kind of
Okay.
play into, asking questions about different things.
Oh, I gotta put
All
my
right,
poker
all right.
face on.
Right,
I
right.
gotta
Yep.
remember what I was gonna
So
say.
we're reading, I wrote down 4 different ones.
Okay,
Do I
well.
choose one or?
Sure. So you can do Two Truths and a Lie. I know Kim was like, I only did one. So
I did too.
okay, I'm sure I could try to think of a different one if we want to play another round. But
Okay.
who wants to go first?
Not me.
I gotta think of mine again.
Who wants to go for it? You kick us off.
Mine are on my phone. My phone's right here, but I'll try to remember. Okay. I have dyed my hair fully brunette. If I were to try again, if I were to travel anywhere in the world, it would be Paris, France. And I ripped my toe open and needed stitches.
How do you want us to say which one we think it is?
Yeah. We're just picking out the lie, right?
Yeah.
I think Paris, France is the lie.
I think all brunette was a lie.
I think Paris.
It was Paris.
It's Australia. You don't want to go to Australia,
do.
huh?
I know, that's why I was thinking when I was writing them up, I was like, it's
It's hard.
hard
'cause
with you
I
guys
know.
because we just
Know
chat
so
about
much.
so many things.
I know. It's really hard.
I know. I kept writing things down that I'd show Mark. I'm like, which one's the lie? He knows,
Yeah.
literally everything about
Right.
me. But I don't know. We'll see. I lied about my age at 17 and went across state lines with a frat boy.
That's all one.
That's one.
Good hell. Mine were so easy.
So mine.
I dated a stripper who lived in California. Once upon a time, I applied to be a cop.
Is it the whole thing that's a lie or just part of it?
You tell me, Kim. 2 truths and a lie.
Will you read them again?
Read them again.
She lied about her age and went
Oh, yeah.
across state lines with the frat boy.
Stripper.
Stripper that lives in California.
I can't get the last.
Applied
two.
to be a cop. I feel like the middle one is a lie.
Me too. Stripper.
I think the cop.
It's the cop.
Ah.
I did date a stripper.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
Was he good in bed?
I did not sleep with him.
Dang it.
I'm all, you're too dirty, bro. I have no hate towards strippers, but like, he was hot, but I was like, nah, not worth it.
Okay. I've had braces twice. I've never broken a bone. And I have a birthmark on my right thigh.
Jeez, Kim.
You have had braces twice.
That's what I think too.
I want braces again. I do. I'm serious. Birthmark, we would not know. I mean,
Yeah.
well,
Thigh?
no. Swimsuit.
I'm trying to think if I've ever
It's
seen
like
one.
inner thigh. You wouldn't.
Right? I am. I think that is true. What was the other one?
Never broken a bone.
I think that's the
lie.
No.
No.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Guys, I don't think, has she broken a bone?
I don't feel like she
Shit,
has.
it might be the birthmark.
Bone.
Birthmark.
I think it's birthmark.
Birthmark.
Ah.
Terrible at this game.
It's so hard.
Like, I've never seen
I
one.
went all the way back to high school because I was
Yes.
like, maybe you
We know
guys
too
will-
much?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I talk way too much. So I was like, I couldn't think. Okay. So these are all high school things. I was the prom queen. I marched in the Rose Bowl. And I was student body president.
I feel like you did march in the Rose Bowl.
Yeah, I feel like you weren't student body president.
It was small town. I feel like. Oh,
I know you were in your high school yearbook a lot.
just in a lot of
Like
newspaper.
class clown. But I don't remember
Was
seeing
it
anything
prom
with
queen?
SBO.
Ooh, I did stump you.
Was she prom queen?
SBO. That's the lie.
I think she was in the student body, but I don't think she was president.
I'm going the student body one.
Yeah.
I was president. Junior year.
What?
I was
Did
vice
you-
president.
Was it
senior
junior?
year.
Was it prom?
I was homecoming queen, not prom queen.
Oh,
Oh, that was real close.
Tricked ya.
Gosh.
You did.
Gosh, that was
Okay,
good.
Ashley, your turn.
I already did mine.
I'll do one more. Let's just do one more.
Okay, you have
This
to think
one's
of
a good
more.
I'm not thinking of more though.
Not right now.
This
Here
is
we
just
go.
all you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm most horny in the mornings. I want porn star boobs.
Oh my gosh.
You have them.
Yeah.
I think feet are ugly. Which one's the lie?
You think feet are ugly? Do you want porn star boobs? I don't feel like
I
you
think she
should. I feel like
has
we've
porn
talked
star
about this
boobs.
before. Maybe you do.
They're nice
You want
and
those high?
perky and
You want those
boobies.
high profile? Maybe you don't. I think you do. I think it's feet are
I think
ugly.
it's feet.
Yeah.
Is what? The
Oh,
lie?
no.
Lie.
The lie.
No, you do think feet are ugly. Is that what this says? Is you think feet are
Is
ugly?
this, I
Is
said
she
I
horny
think
in the
feet-
morning
feet are
or is it
ugly.
like midday? I feel like she's a midday horny.
Yeah, your
I
horniness
can't
level.
get
That's
it like
true.
when she can't get it. That's when she's really horny.
Isn't that true for
Because
everybody?
you're not
So
a
it
morning
is.
person.
No.
No.
So I think the horny in the morning is the lie.
Yeah.
We'll go with that.
No, I am most horny in the mornings, actually.
Oh.
I
It's
do
the
want porn star
It's
boobs.
the feet.
It's a feet.
Damn it.
I
You don't think they're ugly?
I don't think they're ugly, no. I actually really appreciate pretty feet.
There's no such thing.
There is, though.
No.
There's people have nice feet.
I don't know about you.
Pretty? I don't know.
Okay. What did this experience reveal to you about the importance of listening, asking questions, and making assumptions?
I'm terrible at it.
How do you think we do it amongst each other as friends?
With communicating,
Yeah.
I think pretty well.
I think so. I'm getting better.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I'm pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
I think it does take some maybe not conflict. That's probably the wrong word, but I think it does take a few times of like getting through something
Mhm.
Yeah.
to be better at
To
communicating.
feel more comfortable.
Yeah.
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 I agree.
And you kind of learn how people communicate and how they talk and what like a text or something, like how they
Mhm.
say something might mean, because I feel like that can be tricky for a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
They can.
sure.
Getting to know, like, well, what did they mean by this?
Yeah.
But then, like, you get to know someone.
Yeah.
Especially through text.
Yes.
I feel like text can be,
Real
again,
tricky.
that's how, again, it's perception, how someone reads it,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, I think that's true. Well, I didn't do super great at that game either. So the other thing that I do is I get pretty defensive. If sometimes I'm feeling, I guess maybe I don't know if it means I'm feeling guilty sometimes, like if there's conflict, even though sometimes if I don't feel like I did anything wrong, then I'll just automatically go to being defensive.
Yeah.
But I think just trying to like be open-minded and just like, I don't know.
Empathetic.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. The whole empathetic
I
thing.
agree. They like to seek to understand
Yeah.
the other one's feelings.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
we all do that for each other.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I hope somebody got something from this episode. Hopefully
Always.
you go away. Hopefully you get some takeaways. No
I think
way.
empathy is huge. I think that is something probably the whole world could do better at.
You are.
I
I think
agree.
you're 100% correct.
Yeah.
No,
like
really.
really, I love empathetic humans
Yeah.
because it's not easy
No, it's
to
not.
always be that way.
No,
you
it's
know?
not.
If you could just see something like from someone else's perspective
Yeah.
Right.
once a day, everyone would probably be a little happier.
Totally.
Yeah. I should probably really work on that.
Like we could see that balloon meant the world.
I
You
know. To poor Matthew. He was so
Or
sad.
that straw meant so much to rock.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But then what do? Then you take it away from Zeta, and then now Zeta's mad.
No, you just distract her.
Oh.
She's young enough. You could
Well, what happens
give
in
her
a
something
year?
else she's happy with. Mom, that time you took my straw away.
Yeah. No, it'll be the same situation again.
Yeah.
Not as easy to distract at some point.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay. Well, thanks for listening. Next week it's
Good
Molly.
times.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, 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 dun.
We're going to talk about thumbs.
What kind of thumb do you have?
Does it go straight or does it go in an angle?
Mine's real turned.
Mine's
yours is
slightly-
almost as
yeah.
worse as mine.
Like a
Worse?
hitchhiker
It's worse.
thumb.
Yeah, I don't have that.
It's
Ashley's
time for
is
bed.
straight up.
Yeah.
Yep. That's as far as mine goes back.
My friend's
It
little
only-
boy has, is it
It's
called
like
trigger
slightly-
thumb? No,
Hitch-
where it is like straight. He puts his thumb up and it's just straight as can be.
Like that?
Yeah.
Mine
It's
goes
Or is it
straighter.
even straighter?
Straighter.
Oh.
Mine just up here bends back.
Yeah.
Can y'all do this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got this too.
Ooh.
The ET
I
finger.
only
You
do that
totally
a
do.
tiny bit.
I
Yours
can't.
is
I can kind
Yours
of.
really bends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that mean
That's all.
are you gonna have arthritis?
Probably.
Yeah, I probably will too.
Dude, I don't know why.
Sometimes I have to think about it, especially right there.
Videos of people flipping off is like the most hilarious
You like
thing.
that guy that comes out
The
and then
TikTok
he's like comes back.
Like he
Especially
rides
if
up on
it's
his
kids.
bike.
Yeah.
He's like getting some out of his pocket. And he's like, he rides up.
The other day,
He's
the
really
kids
bad.
were being such turds, and they go outside, and Cody just like flips them off behind. I laughed. So,
Like behind their back.
yeah, I mean they were out the door, but it was just so funny because it's so like it felt satisfying to
Yeah.
him,
Yeah.
Yes.
but like they didn't.
They had no idea.
Yeah.
So it's not like they're not like he's like flipping them off on their
Yeah.
face.
It's pretty good.
That's hilarious.
Anyway,
All right.
yeah, it is my turn next.
Yep.
It is.
Hope you're ready.
What are you gonna do about that?
That's a great question.
Sex talk part 2.
Part 3.
Oh, is it part? It is part
Sex
3.
Might be like
Part
part
20.
5. Yeah, we've had multiple sex talks, but
What else do you want to know about sex?
Right.
All right. Well, stay tuned.
Peace.
Bye.
Returns for more.
Bye.
Love you.